Thanks a lot. Halloween just around the corner, and the PC police are arming themselves with new standards you had nothing to do with for keeping your costume as unoffensive as possible. Joining us now with some advice on your costumes, Fox News contributor, National Review reporter, our friend Kat Timpf. Kat, it's great to see you this morning.
Great to see you, too.
So there are costumes I'm not allowed to wear.
And costumes.
And I'm glad you're here to tell me what those are, because I wouldn't want to get in trouble.
Right. Well, they made a lot of suggestions for costumes that you should wear instead, too.
Okay.
So it wasn't all negative.
Okay.
Except they were horrible.
Let's get to the verboten ones first. What are the super naughty costumes, according to the Obama people?
Anything that's, you know, cowboys and Indians, Native Americans, anything that's a culture different than yours.
Oh.
Stuff like that. Dreadlocks, anyone mentally ill. And the problem with that is, you know, what about like a serial killer costume or murder? I'm pretty sure the Scream dude probably mentally ill, right?
Yeah, so homeless costumes are out?
Yeah, anything. You know, I was Pocahontas for Halloween when I was 7 years old, and now I'm worried that if those pictures ever surface, I can't run for president anymore.
I think this may be my favorite. Imprisoned person costume. So
yeah.
that's what we're calling convicts now? Imprisoned
persons, I guess.
Persons of imprisonment?
Persons of imprisonment, right, yeah, persons of imprisonment. So I guess Orange is the New Black is out. Pretty much anything's out. You can basically go as yourself or an inanimate object, as long as that inanimate object is not in a culture outside of your own.
So the idea, that's exactly right. The idea is you can't appropriate the culture to which you don't belong.
Right, exactly. Culture. No, not any culture at all.
Can I ask an obvious question? Who makes these rules? It feels like they're made in a small room deep beneath the pavement here in New York.
Well, that's where the internet people live, actually. They live underground, getting upset in their mom's basement. Right, exactly, because a lot of people don't have time to bother themselves these kinds of things. But you're a hero if you can think of something to be offended at this point.
But the rules are concocted without any input from the public at all, and then if you violate them, you get fired or mocked.
Shaming is very effective. Nobody wants to be called a racist.
How about this? What if everybody just disobeyed the rules at once? What if we had a national day of disobedience where all of us decided to ignore the new rules and just say what we think?
Wear a sombrero. I do that.
Or of a sense of humor. Okay. Yes. We're going to give the flip side here. Here are the costumes that have been approved by this council of elders we've never met before.
Yes.
These are the ones you're allowed to wear. Hamburger buns on your butt?
Yeah, that is actually a very feminist costume because it's protesting the way that hamburger companies objectify women in their ads. So you put hamburger buns on your butt. I would not want anyone with hamburger buns on their butt in my house because, like, there's crumbs. They're going to be leaving crumbs everywhere.
Totally agree.
Do they not think about the logistic problems with this costume? It's idiotic enough, but come on, nobody wants crumb
Take a lot of Velcro to get them to stick. And what about microaggressions? What does that mean?
Yeah, to tape actual microaggressions, like words of little mini insults to your body. And that way someone will be like, hey, what are you doing? And you get to sit there and start a conversation with them about social justice. I don't know what kind of parties these people are trying to go to, but if I threw a party and there was someone there walking around telling all my guests they were racists, I'd be like, you gotta go.
Now, here's my question. Who put self-serious, pompous, ignorant children in charge of everything?
Exactly.
When did that happen?
I don't know. It's been happening more and more. I think with the internet and with social media, people can just say, oh, this is offensive, and everyone sees it and they say, oh, it is. I better not do that. I better not do that. And it's just turned into a thing where I would be scared to dress up for Halloween anywhere near a camera.
Okay, well, we're gonna start, not on today's show, but a future show, today, this country's day of disobedience.
Nice.
Where you get to ignore all the rules. In the meantime, it's great to see you.
Great to see you always.
Thank you. Be sure to read Katherine's articles on this topic at nationalreview.com, but I bet you did already. You should.